race fans, and welcome to Penticton Speedway in beautiful British Columbia. Today is race 7 and 8 of the RS1 Cup Series for 2022, all presented by Avion Motorsports here on Red TV. Drivers today will be competing for those cherished Super Seal Championship points. The difference between first and last today will be the driver behind the wheel, as all these cars are equally prepared. The 4 good years you start the race with are the same 4 that you've got to end the race with. So tire management, strategy, and all the above will come into play here at Penticton. Jerry Paxton is on his way down the front stretch. Jerry, what's going on there, kid?
Trevor Siebert, driver of the number 69. You set a super fast time here at Penticton Speedway. You broke the track record at practice. Victory lane's not yours yet.
No, we're not there yet. You know, I set the new track record last weekend we were here, and then the night went all downhill after that. I lost the steering pump partway through the race. I had overheating in the first race. I actually lost the steering in the second race. And I seem to be struggling this year with the gremlins like that, and I really need the qualifying points to help catch up if there's any hope of catching up. And so I got the 5 bonus points last week, and I got them again this week, and now I got to go out and I got to win a couple races, at least one tonight and a good finish in the other one. So that's my plan. I got to give it all, otherwise, you know, we're going into the final weekend of the year and I won't have anything.
It sounds like a pretty tall order, though. I'm looking around at the competition here.
Well, there's no question about that. I'm being a bit cocky right now, but the depth of the field keeps getting deeper, and you know, we got a lot of guys that started on a road course, or traditionally road course racers that are racing with us on the oval, and they've really stepped their game up this year. You know, we kind of had it over them for the first few years, you know, no different than the oval guys when they go to the road course. So, you know, tonight's kind of an oval track specialist night, but like I said, a lot of the other guys are coming on really strong.
This series really is unique in that all the cars are prepared by one team. It's all mastered under Avion Motorsports. So it really comes down to the guy behind the wheel as much as anything else. Yeah,
truly, you know, I'm pretty vocal about that part when I say that most racing now has become racing with your wallet. And the guy with the most money, if he's got any talent, he wins, and you just can't keep up. And it's just a runaway. And you see what's happened to a lot of the racing series out there. They got decimated because of that. So this formula is to try and equal the playing field. Everybody knows what they're going to spend, barring crash damage. But for the most part, most drivers are in control of that too. And but yeah, equally prepared cars, so it absolutely comes down to the driver and not down to the wallet.
It's a great series. Looking forward to a great race night and a lot of action.
Thank you.
Here with Sean McIntosh, driver of the number 24. Sean, as I understand it, this oval is foreign territory to you. You're a road racer.
Yeah, most of my life road racing. I mean, I grew up racing quarter midgets the first 4 or 5 years of my life when I was 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever. So I know how to go around the oval, but obviously in a big car. I mean, we've been doing this for a few years, so it's not too foreign anymore.
Well, you've already got one win this season. I know you'd like to get another one, and on an oval to be even better. Yeah,
that was my goal kind of coming into the year, at least get one oval win, right? And came pretty close last time. We lost it by a nose, so qualifying went pretty good, and we're starting at the right end, so we'll see what happens here in the race.
How challenging is this series when the cars are so equal?
Well, you never know, right? You look at the times from qualifying and everyone's up, and some of it is just going to be luck and being at the right place at the right time. And it seems like the first 4 races we've had on the oval, it's a sprint race for the last 10 laps. So that's kind of how I'm approaching it. Just be near the front and have a position there when the last yellow comes out.
Now, normally I know when you're racing a series, you get used to the other guys you're driving with, and the experience level tends to be somewhat similar. Here, there's quite a mix of different drivers. They've come from different disciplines. And how does that mix in to make this product?
Well, at the sharp end, everyone can drive, right? And everyone, you can trust pretty much anyone, right? Everyone's going to be, you know, some people are more aggressive than others, but overall, it's pretty good racing. You saw last race, Noel and I went door to door for 10 laps or whatever. But obviously, when you start lapping cars, it's a bit of a wild card, and you don't really know. Hopefully, the person sees you, so you kind of have to drive as if they don't see you and find your way around. So it kind of brings another element, but that's what it's all about.
Just a couple of races left to go in this season. What's on the horizon?
For this year, Well, I need to steal a few points from Riley tonight. That's the goal, and then try and do the double in Area 27 in September.
Going back to the home track, it's yours to claim, right?
Yeah, I can't wait, actually. I kind of miss driving. We haven't been there since June, so really looking forward to getting back out there.
Sean McIntosh, driver, the number 24.
Lights out atop the pace car. That Avion Motorsports beautiful yellow Camaro is coming down pit road. The field is in the hands of the starter, Cameron Haley, and the 24. Sean McIntosh, make up your front row. Green flag set.
And what a jump for the 24 of Sean McIntosh. He was ready for that green, and he took off. Cameron Haley wasn't exactly asleep at the wheel, but he is trying to chase down the 24 now as McIntosh completes lap number 1 with the lead. Haley in behind him, then the 09 of Riley Siebert.
Down into turn number 1 and 2, and now down the backstretch with 1 lap complete. The 24 car of Sean McIntosh leads us back to the stripe. The 42 of Haley, back to the 09 of Siebert. Another Siebert in the 69 and the 33 of Jason White. Round out your top 5 as the front gets a little bit of room to run. I say that, and Riley Siebert gets to the inside of the 42 car. Cameron Haley wants nothing of that. He takes that second spot back as they work their way across the line, 4 laps complete.
And Sean McIntosh going into this race was very clear. He wants a win on an oval. He's a road course racer. That's where he cut his teeth. But he's learning the oval tonight. He wants this victory and wants it bad. He's showing it right now. He's got about a 10-car length lead on the 42 of Cameron Haley. As he enters turn 4 down the front straightaway, we could see lap cars very, very early here.
Yes, and that is true. As the 24 car is looking up the inside of the 17, the first lap car is Ingo Siebert. And, the 24 to the high side. Contact there with the 42 of Cameron Haley. They sorted it out 3 wide down the back.
And those lap cars giving a lot of grief to the leader as he tries to come by now. McIntosh is around. Haley chasing him down. Cameron Haley closed that gap a little bit. Sean McIntosh trying to open it back up. The 09 of Riley Siebert in there in 3rd spot. Then Jason White in that number 33 puts it up into 4th. He gets around the 69 of Trevor Siebert.
And just like that, as the 24, Sean McIntosh works his way back to the start-finish line. 10 laps complete of tonight's RS1 100. Right off the beginning, we do have 2 100-lap races tonight with 100s, with the side-by-side battle now off of turn 4. The 09 of Siebert and the 42 car of Cameron Haley are side-by-side here down into 3-4.
Riley Siebert has the advantage as they come under turn 4, but Cameron Haley on the high side is fighting hard. He wants that second spot back. He's not going to give it up that easily, but Riley Siebert has taken the spot. I'm not sure he's going to give it back to him.
The 24 McIntosh is out front of this one. They've got a couple of cars a lap down. Now the 24 has got quite a few up front. And he is going to try and put more laps down with 14 laps complete.
Back in the middle of the racetrack, the number 94, Jesse Webb is going to work. He is trying his darndest to catch up to the leaders, but he's got a lot of work to do. In behind him, that battle between the number 31 of Mark McIntosh. And now he's going to edge it out ever so slightly in front of the 53 of Adam Dowler.
Side-by-side battle throughout the course of the field, with the exception of the 24 of Sean McIntosh. He is in a hornet's nest right now with the lap cars. Got to be careful, Jerry, picking his way through. But Sean McIntosh has done that. The 17 complete. He now rolls up the inside of the 6 car to drop Sheldon
And as McIntosh tries to run away, he's using that lap traffic to try and hide from the 09 of Riley Siebert, who, by the way, has Cameron Haley in the 42 riding the back bumper as they try to pick their way through the traffic, trying to keep that 24 in sight.
This is uncharacteristic for the start of one of these RS1 Cup races. We haven't seen lap traffic like this early in the race with only 20 laps complete. There's some tentative driving happening out there. Guys may be saving their equipment, but they're trying to save the race car as well.
Well, Sean McIntosh in the number 24 just put Jesse Webb down the lap as he went by him. And now Riley Siebert in that 09 trying to chase him down. Mark McIntosh in the 31 might find himself in a bad position as he tries to chase Riley Siebert. He's got the 42 of Cam Haley trying to find his way between two cars that are battling for position. Jesse Webb in the 94 and the number 6 of Sheldon Mayer. They're side by side and Haley walks by in the worst way.
The 09 of Riley Siebert now is really focused in on that 24 that is out front, John McIntosh. Have a look at this, Jerry. You can see the 09 not letting Sean get too far out in front as he starts to reel him in a wee bit here now. Only back by about, let's call it 3 car lengths. And he will sort of settle in right there. Early in this one, 25 laps complete of 100.
Riley Siebert in that 09 and the 24 of McIntosh now have lots of clear racetrack in front of them. And they are racing hard as they come around the number 12 of Elisa Alexis. They get by her. And now they've got a full straightaway of clean racetrack for them to fight this one out.
Let's take your top 5 right now. The 24 of Sean McIntosh out front of us. 09 of Riley Siebert is your second place driver. Back to the 42, Cameron Haley in third. Move the 33 of Jason White up into that 4th spot. And the 69 of Trevor Siebert rounds out your top 5 as they are on the Speedway right now.
We said it a little bit earlier, but Sean McIntosh made it 100% clear he wants this oval win. I think he's going to give up all the tires if he can put it in victory lane on the first one. He's not worried about the second 100 lapper. He right now is focused on winning this first one. 30 laps complete, and he is in control.
He's laying down some beautiful laps. If he wants to win this race, he's doing the right thing right now in order to be victorious in race number 1.
Well, Riley Siebert in that 09 is keeping pace with the 24 of Sean McIntosh, but he's not having a lot of luck making up the room. Staying about the same distance all the way around, although Siebert looks like he might be a little bit better in the corners. As we know, Riley Siebert knows his way around Penticton Speedway. Sean McIntosh said, I followed Riley to learn. Riley said, maybe I made a mistake.
The 24 of McIntosh, followed by the 09 of Siebert. You gotta go, let's say, a quarter of the way back, Jerry, before you get the 3rd place driver. The 24 of Cameron Haley. He and the 33 of Jason White are running incredibly close. That war is just being heated up as we go 3 wide down the front.
So once again, that lap traffic having a big role to play in how this race is playing out. Cameron Haley, Jason White just finally cleared all that lap traffic so that they can get rolling. Mark McIntosh in the number 31 is racing now with Jason White, and White trying to get under him as he wants that 4th spot.
Long green flag run at the beginning of this one. 37 laps complete. As we run on the Speedway, the first of 2 100-lap features tonight. Jerry, side by side around this racetrack. The key to this one is traffic and control.
And
just had a quick look at the number 16 of Yanni Kirtis as he was really struggling to hold on to that race car coming out of turn 2. Not sure if he's losing a little handling or if he just had a bad moment, but he's back in it now, chasing down the number 10 of Heino Siebert.
We're going to have to watch it. I'm seeing some more light showers in the lighting. These slicks are not going to take much water there as we can start to see more rain starting to fall here at Penticton. We do stay under the green flag. It's incredibly light precipitation.
But once again, that lap traffic. Oh, trouble down in turn number 2. The 35 of Noel Dowler got into the back corner of the 16 of Kitsos, and he almost lost it. He grabbed it up. Dowler backed out to let him get it, but that was a tense moment. There's a lot of traffic running in that pack.
Oh, yeah. As the field is still doubled up, a lot of traffic here on the racetrack. 44 laps complete. The 24 of John McIntosh leads this. Back to, we have a lead change. The 09 goes to the front.
I watched Riley Siebert work his way around the 24 of John McIntosh, and there was a little, trouble in turn number 2 now. The 64 of Wesley Mader got turned around after some contact going into the turn. That's going to bring out the first caution. 45 laps complete.
Man, I'll tell you what, Cameron Haley had his hands full. Coming off of turn number 2, the 64 car had spun around. Cameron Haley had to make an evasive, very, very quick decision. He chose the right way. He does have a little bit of damage on the 42 car. We'll take a look at it as it comes back down the front stretch. But I'll tell you, that was some real cagey driving by the number 42. The 09 of Riley Siebert has the lead to this one. 24 of Sean McIntosh to his outside. Back to the green flag. Here we go.
And this time it's Riley Siebert who charges down into turn 1 and 2. Cameron Haley goes to the bottom of the racetrack. He's trying to sneak under the 24 of Sean McIntosh as they come around turns 3 and 4. Haley is going to take second away from McIntosh.
You can feel the intensity pick up here as we got a couple drivers sliding around near the rear of the field. The 94 of Jesse Webb was one of them. They gather it back up, but down past the line, lap 46 is complete. The 09 Super Seal Chevrolet of Riley Siebert out front. Here comes Cameron Haley in that Haley custom cabinet Ford Mustang. He's got that machine rolling. You can feel the intensity picking up.
It absolutely is. Cameron Haley was not a happy guy getting pushed backwards, so he is not letting Riley Siebert out of his sight. The 09 is in the lead, but the 42 of Cam Haley right behind him. The 24 Sean McIntosh. Then it's back to the 69 of Trevor Siebert. He's up into fourth. And Noel Dowler, that 35 car, really getting a run, trying to make his way into that top 5, but he's got to get around to number 16 of Yanni Kirtsos.
And we have completed at least halfway in this race, 51 laps down. The 09 of Riley Siebert back to the line for lap 52 complete here tonight of the first 100. Cam Haley has really poured on the full now, and he is right on the rear deck lid of that 09 car. As the rain continues to fall here, I can't believe these cars aren't sliding around worse than they are.
They're doing a masterful job. The pace has not slowed at all. And Riley Siebert leading the way with the 42 of Cam Haley. He could almost touch the 09, and in a couple of times it looked like he was almost going to make that contact. The 24 of John McIntosh now about a car length and a half behind the 42 of Cameron Haley. 69 of Trevor Siebert, a couple of car lengths back, he's in fourth. Then the big gap back to the 33 of Jason White to complete the front five.
Just looming outside that top five right now is the number 35 of Noel Dowler. He is back there, Jerry. I believe he is saving some equipment. 57 laps complete now. The 09 of Riley Siebert leads this. As the caution flag flies, the 66 car of Weavers just jumped it off the front stretch wall here. I don't know if we've lost one down in the corner, but this caution could be for the rain that we're experiencing once again here at Penticton.
Well, we watched the track condition deteriorate very, very slowly. It was good, it was good, it was good, and all of a sudden the gray racetrack started to darken, and the officials made the call through the caution flag, and probably just in time, because as you mentioned, that number 66 of Brian Weaver came awfully close to having a run in with the fence out of turn number 4, and I believe that probably had more to do with the dampness than anything else.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jerry. And it looks like we're gonna pull the cars down pit road. We'll have a short, quick rain delay and hopefully get the cars back on the track. Let's take a quick commercial break and we will be back here on Rev TV. Stay with us. Everyone, tonight from Penticton Speedway, it's the RS1 Cup Series, and we just had a quick rain delay. We have got the track dried up now, and the cars will proceed back out onto the speedway, and let's see who's going to win this first 100-lap feature here tonight at Penticton Speedway. I can see, oh look at that, the Avion pace car hits the safety of pit road. Green flag is going to come back out as the cars are side by side. Jerry, take us into turn 1.
Down the front straightaway, green flag in the air. Riley Siebert jumps to the lead, but the 42 of Cameron Haley is right there behind him. John McIntosh in the 24 tries to cut down to the bottom. Haley saying, no, 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 my spot. And Haley and Siebert are running out in front. They are doubled up behind them.
Yeah, 3 wide back in the pack. Oh, the 35 car of Noel Dowler. He started getting squirrely as the 33 of Jason White does get turned around down in turn number 1 and 2. Oh, that's a wee bit of a heartbreaker for the 33 Jer. He's going to have to rejoin the field at the back now.
And I think that there was just a little bit of contact going on as they were going through there. As we said, everybody was still side-by-side racing. And
lights are out at the top of the base car. The 09 Super Seal Chevrolet on the pole. 42 of Cameron Haley to the outside, and the green flag is out.
Riley Siebert down into turn number 1, the 24 of Sean McIntosh right on Siebert's back bumper. That's not to chase Siebert, that's to stop Cameron Haley from coming down the racetrack. But now Siebert's got an attack on both sides. He's got McIntosh down low, Cameron Haley up high, and it's a arrowhead battle at the front.
Yeah, you can only protect one line, and he comes under fire from high and low. And side-by-side battle for that second slot. 58 laps in the race. Cameron Haley spurts out to the second spot position on the back stretch, back to the line. And Trevor Siebert now on the move, Jerry.
Treble down to turn 2, the 69 of Trevor Siebert made a little contact with the 42 Cameron Haley, pushed Haley up the racetrack, and Haley is not happy about that. He's going after him.
I think you need the 24 of John McIntosh. Haley is up in second spot.
He got around 69 again.
Gotcha. laps complete. The 09. Riley Siebert out front. But here comes Cameron Haley in that 42 car. Evenly spaced. Whoa, the 16 car. Real loose that time. And came real close to the front stretch wall. Keeps it under control. That was another close call here tonight.
Taking a look at that number 24 of John McIntosh. He is slowly sliding back through the field. He's now back to fifth, and he's got the 35 of Noel Dowler on the back bumper. But he may have used up those tires in those first 50 laps, running the pace he was running, because he is not able to stay with the leader.
Coming back to the line, the 09 car, Riley Siebert, commanding lead right now, 65 laps complete. And he sets his sights on the 17 of Ingo Siebert in the 17 car. Riley is chasing him down. He could be the first lap car of this section of this 100-lap race.
Riley Siebert coming around into turn number 4. Cam Haley, Trevor Siebert, they are all about equally distanced, about 2 to 3 car lengths between John McIntosh up into that 4th spot. He's got Noel Dallow behind him. And a couple of battles happening back, but we've got the caution flag out again. Once again, I think that's the 33 of Jason White.
So your top 5 as they run 67 laps complete. The 09 Riley Siebert in the lead, 42. Cameron Haley in second, 69. Trevor Siebert is up into that 3rd spot. 24 Sean McIntosh is in the 4th spot. 35 Noel Dowler is up into the 5th spot. To his outside, that 16 car is starting to make some moves. Pace car down pit road. They're going to pull the trigger, Jared. There it goes.
Green flag out. Down we go to turn 1 and 2. Side by side, a battle for the lead. Siebert and Haley, the 09 and the 42 going to work as they go down the back straightaway. McIntosh into the back bumper of the 42, trying to give him a little boost. And now they start to sort it out. Siebert in the lead, the 42. Cameron Haley then 69. Trevor Siebert, Noel Dallow in that 35 coming to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get under the 24 of McIntosh as he's making his way forward. 69 laps in the book. We've got 31 to go, and the action is picking up.
Now you got the top 3 single file, and now the top 5 single file, but doubled up from there on back. It's kind of a rat's nest back there. It's the 16 car. Just got loses like 4 spots. 70 laps complete. A little bit of contact down the front. Unavoidable, Jerry. Side-by-side battles. These cars now 3 wide on the back.
And they are definitely getting racy back in the middle here. The 64 of Weston Mader trying to hold on. But man, is he under pressure. He is feeling it from the number 10 of Heino Siebert. Trying to get back in the line now. This action in the back is holding the 33 of Jason White. He thought about trying to make a run towards the front. He has settled in, looking at what's going on in front of him.
Probably a good idea, too, on Jay's behalf, right? Save the tires and make it charge in the second 100 here tonight. 75 laps complete. Just a Saturday night shootout to settle this one. The 09 Riley Siebert is out front.
And the driver on the move is that number 35, Noel Dowler. He got around the 24 of McIntosh. He's up into the 4th spot, and he is still coming. He saved that car early on. McIntosh now going to give him a little scrap for that position, but Noel Dowler looking real strong as he comes down the front straightaway.
How about the run for the 31 of Mark McIntosh? He has consistently been up in that top 6. He is hanging out there, saving the equipment. He's doing a great job in that 31 car. Beautiful looking race car. As we work on 78. The top guys all rolling through turn as they come back to the line. 79 complete.
On the back straightaway, headed for turn 3 and 4. Riley Siebert with about 2 car lengths on the 42 of Cameron Haley. That's all the distance there is. Trevor Siebert in that number 69, still running in the third spot. John McIntosh has retaken that 4th position from Noel Dowler. Dowler back to 5th now.
If you're going to mount a charge, Jerry, it's going to be coming soon from Cameron Haley. 81 complete. Now watch what Haley does with this 42 car. He is on the move.
Cameron Haley starting to use up that 42 now, trying to capture the 09 of Riley Siebert.
Trevor Siebert in the 69 has come in for that 3rd spot. Here comes the 24 of Sean McIntosh. He makes a run up the inside of the 69. And the 69 looks up the inside. The old crossover coming up.
They are fighting back and forth for that position, but John McIntosh is up to 3rd, trying to chase down Cameron Haley. Riley Siebert is still the leader, but now Trevor Siebert in the 69 under attack as the 35 of Noel Dowler comes into the fight.
Down low on the Speedway, the 35 Ford Mustang of Noel Dowler has got the lower line. 69 and Trevor Siebert in that 4th spot. That is a battle for position. They are side by side. Coming across the line, 87 laps complete.
That battle for 4th is getting fierce as they come up on the number 90 of Kelly Dunsey.
Things are going to get pretty wild here, Jerry, as the 09 of Siebert has rolled right up on the 12 car. There is a side-by-side battle with the 12 and now the 09 car of Siebert to drop the 12 down the lap. 90 laps complete, just 10 more circuits to settle the score in this first 100-lap feature.
And the lap cars giving Cameron Haley the opportunity to snug up to the 40 or the 09 of Riley Siebert. But John McIntosh in the 24, those top 3, they haven't settled this one yet. They've got 8 laps left to get it done. And it's not going to be over until we get that far. They are giving it all they've got and more.
Down the back stretch, the 09 of Riley Siebert has had the lead of this race since about lap 40 or so, and he continues to lead. 93 laps complete. Your 2nd place car is the 42 of Cameron Haley. He now is under fire by the 24 car of Sean McIntosh. McIntosh takes the low line around the Speedway. The 42 car up 1 lane.
And the 53 of Adam Dowler has got him in a bad spot right now. He is between the 09 of Siebert, the 42 of Cam Haley, and Haley wants to get around him in the worst way. And Adam Dowler was competitive on the racetrack. He now will back it down and let them go by. But Riley Siebert, the 09, still only about 5 car lengths ahead of the 42 of Cameron Haley.
I wouldn't have thought I'd be saying this, but the 33 of Jason White has now dropped a lap here in the closing stages of this race. 96 laps complete. It is a traffic jam up top. Just amazing to see what we've got unfolding here. 97 laps complete. Side-by-side battle. The 42 of Haley, the 33 of Jason White are locked. Side-by-side, the 24 of Sean McIntosh is right up on the rear deck lid now of the 42 of Cameron Haley. White flag on the racetrack for the 09 of Riley Siebert. He will flash down the front stretch. Just 2 more turns to call himself another victory. And the checker flag is out. that one to the Super Seal Chevrolet of Riley Siebert. He will win that second. Goes to the 42 of Cam Haley. In third, the 24 of Sean McIntosh. The 35 car of Noel Dowler is in the fourth spot, and the 69 of Trevor Siebert rounds out your top five, and that's how the first feature tonight will finish up. Jerry Paxton is on his way down the front stretch, and he is going to get some words with our winner here tonight. And the 09 gets out of the car, Jer.
Here is your winner, Riley Siebert. Man, that's a big smile. Did you just like own this place? Nobody seems to be able to get around you.
I don't know. I got something here. It's just got a sweet spot in my heart, that's for sure. That's I don't know, win number 3 or 4 here this year. So yeah, it feels good.
Now, I know you were feeling a little bit of pressure there when on that one restart after the first caution when Cam Haley showed up again. You thought he was out of the picture.
Cameron Haley's never out of the picture. So, I mean, you got to give respect to all the guys in this field. I mean, I was watching Dad come through the pack as well. Saw his number show up on the top 5 board there, and he was number 2 there for a bit and kind of flirted with it. But I said to him at the rain delay, I said, "Is that official?" He said, "No, we're finishing this." I said, "Okay, well, it's not much going to matter." And he just said, "Oh, you just wait." So there's a bit of chirps going on. I'm glad I could back it up again.
You got one more. You're going to make it 2 tonight, be the first one?
I hope so. The car's still really good. So the next one's going to be conservation of the tires, because I used them up a little bit here, obviously, to try and best the field. But it's exciting to win one. That gives us opportunity to win 2.
Riley Siebert, your winner in race number 1. Well, Cameron Haley, you brought this thing home in second spot, and I know you did everything you could to try and get that lead.
Yeah, I mean, we had to think about the second 100 too, whether we do that or not at this point. But yeah, I mean, my car didn't feel that good all race, to be honest with you. It was pushing tight in the middle and snapping loose off. So that's a little tough, especially in 1 and 2 when where the asphalt's a little bit older. But the cabinets by Haley Ford Mustang. I mean, really, I'm just happy to be able to finish. We've had a rough couple weeks going, so I'm glad to finally be on the podium here.
Now, a couple of rain delays, they didn't help you.
No, I mean, it definitely takes your mind off of things, and you got to sit back and regroup. I didn't know if I was catching Riley there at the end, but glad I held off Sean, and I guess we'll see what the second 100 holds for us.
Cam Haley bringing it home in second spot today. He's got another 100 to go now. Coming up third today, Sean, you took off on this thing. You told me you wanted to win this oval, and you took off. I knew you meant it.
Yeah, I needed it to keep raining, I think. That rain delay ended up going all the way back to 5th kind of on some of those restarts. So I think that's the one thing I can get better at is on the restarts being a little more aggressive or whatever. But the car was probably the fastest one at the end, so we still got another race. And good job to Cam and Riley for finishing first and second.
A lot of people were watching you go thinking, oh boy, he's using up those tires in the first one.
Yeah, I was really just cruising. Really, I had Riley in my mirror and just tried to kind of keep a gap, right? So that was at the top of my mind. And it was so slick, I don't know if it really made much of a difference. So his car seemed to handle better in those conditions. So we'll have to work on it for the race 2.
Coming up for race number 2, you got enough to put it up front?
We'll try. I only got one more chance out of 6 to get a win on these ovals, and second and third's getting a bit tiring.
I got it. Sean McIntosh comes up number 3.
But listen to the strategy that's playing out with Sean McIntosh in that number 24 car. That's how the first race finishes up. And the rain continues to fall here at the Speedway. So unfortunately, we're going to have to end the racing tonight, and we will pick it up tomorrow. Sunny skies in the forecast here at Penticton Speedway, and we will get you the second half of the Twin 100s with the RS1 Cup Series final oval track races of the year for the Cup Series. So we will pick it up tomorrow here at Penticton Speedway. Mother Nature wins at least half here tonight. Welcome back, everyone, here to Penticton Speedway. What a difference a night makes. Sunny skies and beautiful temperatures here. It's a warm one at Penticton. The RS1 Cup Series 100 is in front of us here today. Rain may have beat us last night, but the drivers stuck it out. And unfortunately, not a lot of fans here in the grandstands, but that's what happens on a rain date, of course, early in the day. But fans that are here are going to be treated to a dandy 100, all presented by Avion Motorsports. I'm Joe Chisholm along with Jerry Paxton to call the action. Jerry, what's going on there, kid?
I decided to come down and catch a little sun, Joe. It's such an absolutely gorgeous day here in Penticton. I can't believe it. The sun is out. There's barely a cloud in the sky. The breeze is light, just enough to keep you cool. I think we've got great racing conditions.
Yeah, should be dynamite here today. There is still 2 main features left in the 2022 season, and they will come down at Area 27 in Oliver, BC, a world-class road course. If you haven't seen the racetrack, you gotta really check it out. A beautiful spot. As the cars start to roll out onto the speedway, behind that beautiful Avion Motorsports Camaro, the 09 of Riley Siebert in that Super Seal Chevrolet is going to be on the pole for this one. The 42 of Cameron Haley, the Cabinets by Haley Ford Mustang, will be to his outside. On row number 2, the 24 of Sean McIntosh. To his outside on row number 2, the 35 of Noel Dowler. Back in that third slot is going to be the 69 Trevor Siebert. Really, Jerry, chomping at the bit to get a win. He wants a win, and you got to know Trevor is more than capable. Set a new track record here yesterday, so we know that he's got a fast car.
Yeah, right behind him, the 31 of Mark McIntosh, who, as we said, saving up a little bit on that car. He may be real strong. Jack Hriniak in that 01 machine will start right behind him. Then it's the number 16 of Yanni Kurtzos. And behind him, the 94, Jesse Webb. Then the number 10 of Heino Siebert. 33, racing Jason White. Behind him, the number 6 of Sheldon Mayer.
The 53 of Adam Dowler will be back in row number 7, I do believe. To his outside, Dunseith in the 90 car. All the way back to the 12. And the 66 will round out the field, and of course the driver change for the 64. Matt Stevenson will be behind the wheel and piloting the 64 here today. The cars circulate around, and I do believe we're going to see that starter want to double them up next time by.
And there is the signal to get them side by side, which means we're about 1 lap away from a green flag.
And this is the time we've all been waiting for here at Penticton Speedway. 100 laps to settle the weekend right here in the RS1 Cup Series. Of course, all for Super Seal Championship points. The pace car heads down pit road. The starter has got command over the field. And just like that, green flag is out, Jerry. Here we go.
And Riley Siebert, the 09, tried to take off. Cam Haley in that number 42 wasn't having any of it. They are side by side down the back straightaway, along with the 24 of McIntosh, the 35 of Dowler. They're all still side by side. Trevor Siebert looking down low as they cross the start-finish line, but there's nowhere to go down there, as now Riley Siebert edges just ahead of the 42 of Cameron Haley. Haley working the outside lane.
And no single file running just yet. Everybody's still stacked up side by side down through turns 1 and 2. The 24 of McIntosh gets a fender on the 09 of Riley Siebert pushes up the hill a wee bit, back to the line to complete lap 3. Put the 24 of Sean McIntosh out front to lead this race.
McIntosh did a beautiful job of forcing Riley Siebert up the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. That made sure he got the edge coming down the front straightaway. Siebert not so happy about it in the 09, but he's got a little problem. He's got the 69 of Trevor Siebert coming up hard behind him. And Trevor Siebert looking to go inside as they hit turn 3 and 4.
Side by side for that second spot. 24 of Sean McIntosh got a little bit of a lead, only by about a car and a half, say 2 car lengths. Back to the 09 of Riley Siebert, Trevor Siebert in the 69, 42 Haley. Back to the 35 of Noel Dowler. There is your top 5. Now, guys, Jerry, getting a little bit of single lane racing. Trying to get a few laps and figure out what they got under them. 6 laps complete.
And that battle for second spot starting to heat up, but Trevor Siebert in that 69 car takes advantage out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. He's got his sights set on the 24 of McIntosh. Riley Siebert will have to settle back into 3rd. Cam Haley is back in 4th. Noel Dowler still rounding out that top 5.
We got caution going to fly on the racetrack. The 94, Jesse Webb, is spun out just off the exit of turn 4. He will get that car righted. It is lap 8. And the caution flag flies for the first time here today. A big donut on the side of the race car there, Jerry, over on the right side of the car.
Yeah, there is a big donut right through the number on that car. So obviously there was some contact. Whether that was the cause of the spin, I'm not sure. I was watching the leaders at the other end at that point. So, but he got it back underway. Doesn't look any much the worse for wear.
Here at Penticton Speedway, lights are out. The pace car is going to head down the safety of pit road. Side by side, Sean McIntosh to his outside. The 09, pardon me, make that the 69 of Trevor Siebert in second.
Down they go into turn number 1. Trevor Siebert in that 69 trying to use the outside lane. He'll edge in front of the 24 of McIntosh as they come to turn number 3, squirting out from the group behind the 42 of Cam Haley. He moves up into 3rd, and there is a side-by-side battle for 4th between the 09 of Riley Siebert, the 35 of Noel Dowler.
Coming back to complete 9 laps, the 69 of Trevor Siebert leads this 100-lap race. The 24, Sean McIntosh, is in that second spot. 42, Cabinets by Haley Ford Mustang, is in 3rd. The 35, Noel Dowler, is running 4th. And back into 5th, the 09 of Riley Siebert.
And there is still some fighting going on in the middle of this pack. I watch the 31 of Mark McIntosh battling with the number 16 of Yanni Kurtzos as they're struggling to figure out who's going to get 6th position. Right behind them, Jack Riniak and that number 01, the 33, Jason White. They are running side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, he's cracked the top 10. Watch for Jason White. He's making some moves. He wants to win this, baby, and he's going to have to make some of the moves early in the race to get some track position as the leader comes back across the line to complete 13 laps here of 100. The 24 of Sean McIntosh back. I'll give it 7 car lengths, maybe a 5 car length spread between the 24 and the 42 of Haley. But right on Haley's rear deck lid is that pesky 35 as we get another spin. Jason White spins it coming off of turn 4. And he will get that car back underway. No yellow flag. 14 laps complete. And we continue.
And this battle for 3rd position is getting a little hot. Cameron Haley in the 42, the 35 of Noel Dowler. And Dowler gave the 42 a little nudge down in corners 1 and 2 just to let him know he was that close. He was right there. Haley kind of picked it up a little bit, stretched it out to about a half car length away now. But they are not done yet. Now the lap car as they come around the number 66 of Ryan Weavers. They'll get to the bottom of them. And Cam Haley, Noel Dowler, Riley Siebert, they're running nose to tail. But up in front, Trevor Siebert, the 69, is running away from Sean McIntosh in the 24.
18 laps complete. complete of today's 100, all presented by Avion Motorsports, all for Super Seal Championship points, the final oval track 100 of 2022. And it all comes down to this for Penticton Speedway. As we look up front, the 69 of Trevor Siebert, he's out on a Sunday drive, Jerry. He's got a real good car underneath him. Doesn't look like he's abusing it at all. He's got good, clean air to run the 69 in right now.
Well, he was turning the fastest laps in practice yesterday and in qualifying, breaking the track record at a 13.32. So he is definitely capable of running some great speed, but he's going to run into lap traffic real quick. Sean McIntosh in that 24, I know, will want to take advantage of that, but he's got about 10 car lengths to make up before he gets there. That battle for third, though, look out. Noel Dowler trying to get under the 42 of Cam Haley as they exit turn 4. Haley having none of it. He'll drop back down to the bottom and put the block on the 35 of Dowler.
Just a couple laps away from quarter way through this 100 lap race. 23 laps are complete. The field now has pretty well gone nose to tail. Drivers getting a little bit of space to operate with. The 24 of Sean McIntosh is not letting Trevor Siebert, not letting that Siebert car get too far out in front. As the two of them now start to negotiate lap traffic, put in the 12 car down the lap, and now the 24 zips up the inside. 69, Trevor Siebert down the backstretch. Has a look, he's got Heino in front of him, and he chooses the bottom to zip around the 10 car.
Siebert takes the 69 to the bottom of turn 1 and 2. He'll come out of the back straightaway with 3 lap cars fighting for position, all in front of him. He's going to have to be careful picking his way through. He gets by the 66 of Brian Weaver, but he's got the 90 of Ellie Dunseith and the 94 of Jesse Webb. They're running side by side. Siebert slows it down a little bit to try and see what they're going to do. That's giving McIntosh in the 24 a chance to catch up.
Having a look, Jerry, back into that third position right now. The 42 of Haley is right under fire. The 35 of Noel Dowler on a rear deck lid. They had to negotiate the 12 car to put her a lap down, but now the battle continues for that third spot. Kind of looks like Noel Dowler is getting antsy, wants to get that third spot away from Cameron as soon as he can, but he can't just yet. The 42 car is holding strong with 30 laps complete.
And the driver watching closely, the 09 of Riley Siebert. He's watching Dowler and Haley in this scrap for third spot, and he's just sitting there waiting. He's got the feeling something could happen and he'll inherit the position. So Siebert showing some patience, waiting for the other two to sort it out.
Up front, the 69 of Trevor Siebert having a great ride out there in that number 69 right now. The 24, Sean McIntosh drops low right underneath the 94 of Jesse Webb to drop Jesse down the lap. You got to go all the way back, maybe a quarter track, to the 42 of Cameron Haley and the 35 of Dowler. Those guys are battling for position. Oh, and let's throw the 09 of Riley Siebert in that mix. You got a three-way dance for that third spot and 3 cars to fit it.
And they have slowly, it's like they gave up on that hard battle because it's just going to use up too much race car. They know they've still got 60 laps plus to go. They don't want to use it all up at once, so they're settling in. Looks like they're going to run it for a little bit, let the tires cool down before they go back to work. But Cameron Haley in that 42 car, Noel Dowler the 35, the 09 of Riley Siebert. They are keeping a pretty good pace. They're just out working at it at the moment. It looks like they've settled in to save the car.
I'm watching the line that Trevor Siebert is taking through turns 3, 4, and it's vastly different than the line he's doing down in turn 1 and 2 as the leader. Down in turn 1 and 2, the 69 cars pegging a chair right down to the bottom of the speedway, up to the wall down the backstretch. But when he gets down into turn 3, 4, he's using the progressive banking here at Penticton to rotate the car. That 69 car looks great, spot on today. The 24 of Sean McIntosh hasn't skipped a beat. There's still like a 6-car spread between first and second, 39 laps into this race.
Yeah, the first and second cars definitely all by themselves now. A full straightaway of the battle for third as Noel Dowler in that 35 trying to keep up with the 42 of Haley, who managed to get away by about 5 car lengths. Riley Siebert in the 09 also in that train. And they are rocking it down the back straightaway right now. And they've got lap cars in front. Haley has to slow down a little bit. Dowler to the back bumper. And Haley will drive away back down to turns 1 and 2.
41 complete here at Penticton Speedway. This is a 100-lap main event from last night that got rained out. We're making it up today in Penticton. A beautiful day here at the Speedway. Great that you could tune in. Great that fans showed up here today to catch this 100-lap main event. That's all that's on the card today. This 100-lap, vitally important to get this race in for the Super Seal Championship points. Up front, 43 laps complete. The 69 of Trevor Siebert having a great ride. He's in a little bit of a rat's nest right now with some lap cars, but Trevor is being patient, picking his way through, and he sets his sights now on the 64 car to drop him a lap. But Jerry, there's a race for position just ahead of the 64 car. As they separate now a wee bit, Trevor's got to be careful here.
Trevor Siebert is very much working his way through that traffic very carefully, but it has given Sean McIntosh the opportunity to close down that big gap. He's now within about 10 car lengths, and now he's got some trouble with the lap cars. If he can get around the 53, but we've got caution on the racetrack.
Yeah.
Spin over into just at the top of the back straightaway.
Yeah. I believe that is Dunseith in the 90 that has spun the car around. They will finish their season out at Area 27, about 30 miles down the road here in the Okanagan. And you can make your way to that race and join us out there. The pace car, Jerry, hits pit road. Track position all gone for those guys that were back a bit. They're now all tucked in. Green flags back out.
And down they go into turn number 1, and Riley Siebert wasted no time getting away. Sean McIntosh up the high side of the racetrack. Cameron Haley in the 42 trying to hold on to that low line. I don't know if that car got loose on him, but he went up the track, forced McIntosh out. Good news for Cameron Haley, it gave him second spot.
As the battle continues down the back stretch, coming back to the line to complete lap 47, the 69 of Trevor Siebert. He's got that same gap, Gary, that he had before the yellow over the 42 now of Cameron Haley. Cameron's starting to make some moves on the 24 of Sean McIntosh. Back to the 35 of Dowler, and Riley Siebert rounds out your top 5.
Jack Horeniak in the 01 is in that 6th spot, and he gave Riley Siebert a little scare as he drove hard into turn 1 and 2, getting up beside the 09, but didn't take Siebert long to pull away from him. Trevor Siebert, the number 69, down the back straightaway. He's got a 10-car lead on the 42 of Cameron Haley. He's got a couple of car lengths over the 24 of Sean McIntosh. And Noel Dowler sitting right back there in that 4th position, just watching what's happening up front. I have a funny feeling when we get a little further, we'll see him take some action. We're halfway through this RS1 Super Seal Cup Championship race. And it's all Trevor Siebert. He is up in front. He is fully in command of this one.
Starting to make some moves. The 42 cabinets by Haley for Mustang. Cameron Haley has got his sights set on the rear deck lid of that 69 car. He's not charging it. He still has time with only 53 laps complete here. The 24 of Sean McIntosh back in that 3rd slot is eyed up the 42 car. He wants to get on by him. And Noel Dowler is back in that 4th spot, patiently, aggressively driving that car, wanting to make his way to the front. But so far, 69 Trevor Siebert, he looks like he's got a bullet under him. I think he'd be kind of hard to pass, even if you got up beside him, Jerry.
I don't think he's going to give anything away, that's for sure. Cameron Haley doing a great job in 2nd spot, but having a hard time closing that gap on the 69 of Trevor Siebert. Right now, I think he's driving with his mirror, watching the 24 of John McIntosh, who is within a car length as they exit turn 4 and go down the front straightaway. Noel Dowler in that 35 of 4 car lengths behind the 24 of McIntosh as they head down the back straight. Siebert once again starting to go through the lap traffic. He's trying to work around the 90 of Ellie Dunsey.
And there you go. Trevor Siebert's got some open track ahead of him now. He can take a breath down the front stretch, completing lap 58 here today of 100. All presented by Avion Motorsports. It is the RS1 Cup Series, and these guys are competing for valuable Super Seal Championship points here today in Penticton. Side by side is the 42 car going to the high side of Dunsey, but have a look at this, Jerry. Here comes the 24 of Sean McIntosh to take that second slot over. He used the lap car as a pick, and he's got the 42 now behind him in third spot. Moves Sean McIntosh up into second.
Cameron Haley trying to work now to find a way around McIntosh. He wants that second spot back again. Noel Dowler has closed in, and there is a good bump down in turn number 1 that is upsetting a couple of the cars. Cameron Haley literally jumped a full lap up as he went around the turn.
The 35 of Dowler really looking low on the 42 car. If he could make that 35 stick down there, he could make up some hay. But he's got to be careful. He's got Riley Siebert in the 09 stalking the back end of the 35 car. So you got to be careful with the move you make. If you go to the outside, you could get snookered up the inside as Riley Siebert now looks to the inside of the 35 of Dowler down the front stretch. Dowler still has the position in that 4th slot. That's a battle for 4th with the 09 and the 35. That one's just getting heated up.
And we're starting to notice a little bit of that wear on the tires. Noel Dowler was doing a little sideways as he went through turns 1 and 2 the last time around. That's giving Riley Siebert the opportunity to stick the nose in as he does going down the back straightaway. Siebert to the inside, Dowler up high as they come onto turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. But Dowler drives away now. Siebert going to try the outside lane. Goes to the high side of Dowler and closes in on that back end as they go down into turn number 3.
66 and now 67 laps complete here of 100 in this twin 100 second half, if you will, of what we got rained out last night. We're getting it done today as Riley Siebert has still got that battle side by side with Dowler. Oh, sorry, that was the 12. I see blue. I thought it was the 35 car, but in fact it was the 12. You got the 42 of Haley, 35 of Noel Dowler, and the 09 of Riley Siebert, all battling for that position in the 3rd slot. Up front, the 69 Trevor Siebert, and not too far behind him, the 24 of Sean McIntosh are up front. So the battle really right now, Jerry, and has been for a number of laps for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot.
That is where the fight is, and we're watching them battle it out hard. Cameron Haley goes high in turn number 4. Dowler looked under, pulled back in line because Riley Siebert, the 09, he may have the advantage running at the back of that 3-car pack. He can see where the other 2 are going to go, and he's looking for a window. He can't find the door. He's going to use the window to get around them.
Closing in on 75 laps, actually 73 complete. Only a Saturday night shootout to settle this one here in Penticton as Trevor Siebert flashes by the start-finish line. Car looks as good now, Jer, as it did when they fired off earlier today.
Trevor Siebert, we noticed yesterday, might have been saving a little bit of race car for today. He wanted to win. He saw what the pace was like yesterday and decided to back it down, save the car, and go today. It's paid off. Whether that was the strategy or not, it has paid off. Trevor Siebert has been strong from the fall of the green as we got this, and now the 64 goes around in turns 1 and 2, and Matt Stevenson is turned facing the wrong way, and he'll bring her to a stop. The caution flag is out. We are at lap 74.
And it's a warm one here in Penticton for this 100-lap race. A much-needed little break for these guys. The fourth caution of the day. I believe it is the fourth one. They don't take long here at Penticton to get the field sorted out, and we'll get back under the green flag.
Yeah, we talked to a lot of the drivers over the last few days, and they love this series. They love the concept. It's the driver talent that makes the difference. It's not who's got the biggest wallet, it's who's got the most talent. That's what racing is about. As they get set to come back to the green flag, Trevor Siebert brings him to the green. We're back underway.
Side by side down into turn number 1 and 2. Any lead that Trevor Siebert has evaporated with the side-by-side battle. Now Trevor is out front. He's by himself out there, but it's a dog's battle in behind that side-by-side, the 42 and the 24. And they're stacked up, Jerry, all the way back.
And there was some contact between the 42 and the 24 as he came out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. But now McIntosh gets clearly out into that second spot. Haley back to third. Here comes Dowler on the outside. But Riley Siebert uses the low groove of the racetrack. He gets around the 35 of Dowler. Now he's going to work on the 42 of Cameron Haley.
Well, if you're going to make your moves, now is the time. 77 laps complete of 100. Now is when you want to start make your moves. You don't need the tires anymore in about, 22 laps. That's going to be it for these set of tires. So use them up. If you got them, use them.
And some of the drivers are doing exactly that. Riley Siebert trying to make his move towards the front. Gets again under the 42 of Haley as they come down the front straightaway. He's got the bottom of the racetrack. Haley's up high as they come out of turn 2, down the back chute. And Riley Siebert will move up into third position behind the 24 of Sean McIntosh. They're all trying to chase the rabbit, the 69 of Trevor Siebert.
Riley did a great job moving from 5th on the racetrack up into that 3rd slot. He did it on the big side. And the 09 car looking pretty sporty right now with 81 laps complete. He has a task ahead of him, though. He's got to reel in those top 2 cars as Sean McIntosh really starts to chip away at the lead. The 69 of Trevor Siebert has got. It's down now, Jerry, to about 2 car lengths and closing in fast.
Well, Sean McIntosh told us yesterday it's a long-run car. It works better at the end of the race than it does at the beginning, and it's starting to show as he is closing the gap on the 69 of Trevor Siebert. He's within about 5 car lengths as they exit turn 2 down the back straightaway, and he is still coming up close. It looks like he's doing better in 3 and 4 than Trevor Siebert, but in turns 1 and 2, Siebert looks to have the advantage.
When I look out the windshield of the 69 of Trevor Siebert, you don't have to look too far up here as the lap cars are ahead of him. He's closing in on what will be 5-6 cars with 85 laps complete. These lap cars, Jerry, are going to come into play by the end of this race with only 15 circuits left to go. Trevor is going to have to negotiate his way through, but so will the 24 of McIntosh.
And as they come around down to turns 3 and 4 on this lap, they run into that lap traffic as the 69 of Trevor Siebert already closing in on the number 12 of Elisa Alexis. And that is giving Sean McIntosh the opportunity to close that gap a little tighter. He's working on it hard as they come down the front straight. Siebert looking, there are 3 lap cars in front of him. He's got to pick his way carefully. McIntosh now within 2 car lengths of the 69. Here he comes to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 4.
Back to the line, 89 laps complete now. Trevor Siebert has got Brian Weavers to his outside. He clears the 66. So does the 24, Sean McIntosh. But have a look, Jerry. Now you got the first 2 separated by about, 5 inches.
It's getting tight, that's for sure. As Siebert down the back straightaway. But we've got caution. It's the 53 of Adam Dowler, and I believe that's the 01 of Jack Horiniuk down there in turn number 4.
We see the 24 of Sean McIntosh. He must have been holding a bit back in the tank. He's not letting anything now. He is got that 24 car just flying on the racetrack. I think Trevor's going to have his hands full here in a couple of laps.
I think Trevor's going to have more than his hands full. He's got the 24 McIntosh beside him. He's got Riley Siebert right in behind him. And we know Riley wants to be the first driver in this RS1 Cup Series to successfully win both 100-lap races in one event. So he's got a reason to try and get around his dad. We'll see how it's going to work out. Cameron Haley's on the outside of that second row. And Noel Dowler, as we said, don't count Noel out. He's been saving a little too.
Here comes the green flag. Jerry, you can protect the inside or outside. A little hard to do both when you've only got one car. Here we go. Green flag back out, down into turn number 1 and 2. And it is side by side all the way through.
All four of them still side by side. Now the 69 of Siebert gets out. And McIntosh in the 24 looking to go low as he comes out of turn 4. Wanted to get under the 69 of Siebert. Didn't quite make it there. Haley in the 42. On the back bumper of the 24, he's up beside the 09 of Riley Siebert.
The 69 of Trevor Siebert across the line. 91 laps complete of today's 100. The 24 of Sean McIntosh in second. 09 Riley Siebert is eyeing the 24 as we speak. Back to the 42 of Cameron Haley and the 35 of Dowler. That makes up your top 5. Oh, and I might add, the 31 of Mark McIntosh solidly in 6th.
Trevor Siebert in that 69 is not to be denied. He has got his sights set on that checkered flag today. He's only 7 laps away. He is working at it hard, trying to get away from the 24 of Sean McIntosh and the 09 of Riley Siebert. Those two really trying to chase him down. Not sure they've got enough as we are quickly running out of laps in this one.
And he's not going to want to catch up to these lap cars because, of course, they're lapped for the front of the field. But these drivers are all racing for position. So nobody's going to be giving anything up to the 69 car as he closes down the back stretch into turn 3-4. The 24, the 09, 1, 2, 3 as they run on the racetrack with only 4 circuits left to go.
And the challenge right now is those top 3. Looks like they might just catch up into the lap traffic as we get to the end of this one. That could change the complexion. But right now, Riley Siebert isn't going to give the 24 McIntosh an opportunity to catch him. He's about 4 car lengths ahead of him as they come to turns 3 and 4.
Trevor Siebert back to the line, lap 98 complete of today's 100. Just a lap and a half left, and Trevor Siebert will have this mystery solved, and he'll have his first race win of 2022. White flag on the racetrack. Jerry, bring us home.
The white flag is out final time around for these RS1 cars. Trevor Siebert out of turn number 3, out of 4, down the front straightaway. The checkered flag flies for the 69 of Trevor Siebert, followed by the 24 Sean McIntosh, the 09 of Riley Siebert, 42 Cam Haley, and the 35 of Noel Dowler.
And that's the way 100 laps gets run here in Penticton Speedway. What a race. Great job by all these race teams, the veterans, some of the young drivers in the field. Just 5 cautions just for spins. And what a race here today under this beautiful sunlit sky at Penticton, BC. I know Jerry's going to work his way down to victory lane, and we'll get a word with the top 3 here today. Trevor going to work his way back to the line and probably pick up that checkered flag and do his victory lap. He's only wanted to get that job done all season long as the celebration begins. And the 69 does some much deserved donuts down the front stretch.
I think he's done conserving tires.
Safe to say. But let's toss it down to Jerry Paxton down there in victory lane. Jerry, looks like a bunch of happy guys down that way.
Yeah, there's 3 pretty happy guys in victory lane right now, but the happiest of all is climbing out of the car. Put your hands together for our winner today, Trevor Siebert. You were not to be denied today.
No, not today. You know, it's
Been a tough 3 races so far this year, and you know, I've been on the pole a couple times and track record last time here, and I don't know, just seem to keep getting the setup wrong and different things. But I woke up this morning and I said exactly this: I'm not being denied. I'm going to win this. I went to bed last night as soon as we got out of here and got some sleep and felt pretty good about it. So.
Now this car was really hooked up, and I know you were feeling a little bit of pressure early on. All of a sudden, it just kind of went away. You just drove away from everybody.
Well, you know, those guys are right there, and I think they might have had everybody as good a car as I had, but I really concentrated on driving the track, and I was thinking even the last 10 laps, you know, getting off the brake early in turn 3 and 4 and getting on gas, and just concentrating, and I look up and see see the red in his hood, and I know it's him, and I'm like, no, roll the mirror up, just drive the track. So. Yeah, those guys did excellent watching them back there. So another good race for the Avion RS1 series.
And no mechanical issues of any kind today to set you off?
None today. Hats off to the crew. We did a couple things on the stagger last night, actually, and they worked out for today. And we had it set up for last night to cool, and we just, you know, a bit of a gamble. It was the same for everybody. I guess mine turned out good.
Trevor Sieber puts it in victory lane today here at Penticton Speedway.
Good job for the 69. Much deserved career win here today in the first one of 2022 for the 69 car. You know he's going to be wanting another one when they get to Area 27. Jerry, down to you.
Finishing up second today, Sean McIntosh, you told me yesterday this was a good long run car, and you showed it. You were there.
Yeah, that last caution, I was pretty upset when it came out because we caught that traffic. I was right on Trevor's bumper, but it's really good to see him win. He's had a lot of tough races this year, so it's good to see him up there in victory circle.
Now, I know this is going to leave you a challenge as you go to next year because these oval tracks, second and third.
Yeah, but that's better than the alternative. So we'll see what happens. I'll have to spend some more time on a sim or something in the winter to get ready for all those restarts on the ovals.
Well, I see you're learning about oval track racing because I see there was just a little bit of contact on the back end of your car there.
Yeah, Cameron and I were racing pretty tight, and then I thought I was going to get pushed into the wall, so I let off, and Noel was obviously right behind me. So before the second to last restart, Noel was pushing me, saying like, hey, keep going forward.
That's the secret if you're going to put it in victory lane.
Yeah, I guess so. So it's good, though. That 69, no one could touch him today.
Championship points, are you thinking about them? Are they having any effect on you?
Obviously, I saw Riley back there in 5th on the leaderboard at one point and thought we could kind of come away with a net wash this weekend, but I think he took 3 points or so. So we'll go to Area 27 and shoot for a pole and try and get the victories.
Congratulations to Sean McIntosh, bringing it home second.
Another second place finish for the 24, but you watch for him at Area 27. If there's a guy that knows how to fly around that speedway, it is the 24. Down to you, Jerry, with our third place finisher today.
Riley, you were coming on, but third place is where it finished.
That's what we call a points day for the championship.
Yeah, you were cautious. You told me yesterday you didn't think you used up the tires in that big first race, so did you save them up a little bit today?
Yeah, I also said conservation was going to be key, and that's what I did. As I mentioned, I was sitting there in 5th, and I got challenged early, and I let them have the spots because there's no point in fighting. You just end up wearing yourself out, and then spent the next felt like half the race, 60 laps, just kind of studying what Cameron and Noel were doing, and just watching them. They were really stressing the right rear on the car, like super stressing. They were entering the corners earlier and really driving off, and you could really see the black coming off the tires, and I just kind of thought, well, if I play this smart and I use the right front instead and save that right rear for the end of the race, I'm gonna get the bite and get the drive off, which is what happened. I got the inside line on a couple of restarts, and I just had that little bit of drive over them, and it worked out for me. And then at the end there, I thought maybe I had something for Sean, but we were pretty evenly matched. Getting to him was one thing, getting by him would have been another thing, and I probably would have had to use the bumper, and nobody likes to exactly race that way, but no, we come away with a 2-point split on Sean last night, and I lose one today on him in the finishing position, and now we go to Area 27 with a bit more of a lead, and that's a bit of his house down there. Now we've been twice at my house, and I'm going to have to chase him around the road course now to win the championship.
And Riley Silver bringing it home in third.
Awesome run today by all of these competitors. I'll tell you what, there'll be lots of hydration happening right now down in the garage area for all of these race teams. What a great race. The RS1 Cup Series now completes their oval part of their tour. The attention all turns from here to Area 27, about 30 miles down the road. And these guys get back onto the road course in just a few weeks' time in September to cap the 2022 season. The Super Seal Championship points all come down to that final weekend. And I know we got a real points battle at the top, but that is going to do it for us here today at Penticton Speedway. Jerry, final thoughts. What did you think of your first RS1 Cup Series?
This is some of the best racing I think I've seen in a very, very long time, Joe. It's close and it's competitive, and watching these guys, it's all about the talent, and boy, that makes a difference. What a great show. Riley Siebert pulled it off yesterday. Trevor Siebert pulled it off today, and as we said, Trevor made it clear. He went to bed last night making his mind up he was going to win this one. He did.
Sleeping with checkered flags in mind. Maybe that's something that all the guys are going to want to try and do. I'll tell you what, you're not going to want to miss. Area 27 comes up in September. All of the information is all on avionmotorsports.com. And I tell you, we've thoroughly enjoyed the weekend out here, the challenges that came with it. For Jerry Paxton, I'm Joe Chisholm, and we sure hope you enjoyed the RS1 Cup Series, all presented by Avion Motorsport for Super Seal Championship points. It's coming down to a final weekend at Area 27, and you do not want to miss it. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will out here in Penticton, and we will catch up with you next time, all live on Race Time Radio. Goodbye.